Let's start this run. Between these options, obtain a random card, 6 max HP, remove 2 cards, or a boss relic swap. None of these spark much joy, to be honest. So I'm going to do a meme relic swap just for fun, and see what comes of it. I'm not expecting too much. I think if I were going for just the straight W, I may lean more into just taking some max HP or rolling the dice on a rare card here, but I'd rather roll a dice on the rare card, because sometimes you get Velvet Choker and you're feeling pretty all right. Velvet Choker doesn't feel very limiting on the Watcher, in my opinion. It's like sometimes with a Scry, Weave, Flurry of Blow thing, you can run into some troubles, but hey, that's not all that often. And I think being on the Watcher, we'll try to go big here. Got 4 energy and a dream. Give me strikes. Ooh, you'll love to see it. So, big cards are great. Crush Joints is also great. With the 4 energy, we'll be able to actually use Crush Joints quite a lot for value. Just do this. And I'm feeling a lot better than my last stream. I went a little hard on the last stream and ended up feeling kind of sick afterwards. I think it was like, so I streamed for some amount of hours, and by the end I was like, I don't know, I felt really out of it. I like this. I like this. Yeah, I like this more. I like them all. Anyway, so trying to take better care of myself today. Why did I do that? I should have done strike. Trying not to take minute amounts of chip damage and annoy myself. But also just kind of generally trying to get back in the swing of things. Oh, this guy. This guy. This guy. I like a nice card that upgrades to 14 damage. That's 28 damage if you're in Wrath stance. Kind of wild. We will do the upgrade. It's between Crush Joints and Empty Fist for me. I think the flat damage of Empty Fist is too good to pass up. Going into a potential Tri-Sentries fight. See, this is enough, is what I meant to say. This ends up being 21 damage. We're just short. Very nice. Deus Ex Machina is a card that gets us into some trouble with Velvet Choker. Nice to have the extra energy from it. Nice to see a rare card. I think we're gonna do the Consecrate though. It's just an AoE attack. I don't love it. I think Halt might be, well, is the better defensive option, but just having a card that we can play with Eruption is pretty all right. So we can Eruption, strike Empty Fist for... I mean, this has got to be our better opening than, I don't know, we can play Vigilance, Deceive Reality, and stuff. Just getting the 28 out is really nice value. Let's casually full block that turn. Give me Eruption. Not Eruption. All right. Now we must consider. So if this does 12, this does 6, we have 18, 25 damage. We're 1 short. Oh, no, because we would have been... No, we couldn't have played Vulnerable. Yes, we could have. We could have. Oh, we did have lethal there. Oh. That's a painful mistake. Ooh. An extra painful mistake. It's okay. We can recover. A pantograph helps. Study's a good way to get ourselves choked. A second empty fist is probably a no. I still think we go for the smith, though. We're going into either Gremlin Knob or Tricentries. Given both of those options, the Consecrate upgrade's pretty good. Crush Joints is okay, especially good against Gremlin Knob, of course. Also the Eruption upgrade. I love the early Eruption upgrade, even on 4 energy. It's so much nicer to have that at 1. Let's go for the Gremlin Knob insurance. We have the Explosive Potion for... Yikes. For the Tricentries is what I was going to say. I don't think we have a kill next turn, do we? We have 12 plus 28. It's 40. We're just short. We'd have to use our Explosive Potion, which is okay. I think we do that. Just... Oh, wait, we do have it. I missed math. 12 plus 28. I don't know how I got there. It's a good start. Sanctity's pretty alright with the 4 energy. Oh, I didn't double the strikes. It was 24 plus 28. That's how I got there. Okay. I don't believe there are any skills we want to start with in our opening hands. Potentially the Sanctity, just to cycle through our deck more, but I don't think so. Skip both of this stuff. These things. Wonder if that means that we take this Campfire. We could go this Campfire into a 3rd elite, or we go really big into this elite here. We're set up well for all of the other elites, but getting another upgrade here would be maybe just better going into the Hexaghost fight. For Hexaghost, we're looking to use this Dex Potion and just kind of power our way through with Crush Joints. We did pass on a Sash Weave. Sash Weave? Sash Whip? Sash Whip. I think twice already. Hey, love a Gremlin Horn. Go big? Maybe we go big. Let's go big. Get the Consecrate up. We haven't found the Conclude yet, so going into Act 2, we'll be very happy that we have the upgraded Consecrate. Already happy here. And a Wish on 4 energy. Ooh. Well, that's the start of something nice. Maybe get some strength scaling later on. Like this. We're almost always using this Explosive Potion, but we'll see how it shakes out. It's 22, 28, 38, and then we draw. Way too much energy here. Got to be a little more careful with that that Velvet Choker. I did almost get myself choked already. Wish for money, because why not? 9 plus 12. Because you're about to take a bunch of damage, you dingus. Give me the draw. You do have a single crush joints here. Hey. Got him. Pick up an Ancient Tea set. Chance at a cut through fate. I think that's just a yes. Yeah, absolutely. We have the pantograph, so this doesn't really cost us much of anything at all. All right, Orichalcum and Nirvana. Perseverance. Duvu Doll's just +1 strength. It's a very expensive Bajra. Didn't realize Duvu Doll was a rare relic. Feels kind of weird. A second cut through fate with Nirvana and 4 energy isn't that bad. Cycles itself, we'll be able to play it, and then we can definitely remove a strike after that too. The question is, can I pick up this Orichalcum if I want it? I love the Orichalcum plus Wish Plated Armor plus Like Water combo. It's a ton of block that you don't really have to do anything with. Well, we could afford it if we didn't buy, or excuse me, didn't remove the strike. Admittedly, it doesn't do much for us currently. Could probably go without it. Getting this strike remove is more important. Another potion here I think is just a no. I like Perseverance a lot, but I think I also overvalue it quite a lot. The fact that it sits around and it's worse than a Defend Plus until you've drawn it and it's sat in your hand for a turn. And then it's just as good as a 10 block card, which is like an upgraded charge battery or something. Like, this has to be drawn and sit in your hand for several turns while it's upgraded, I think, to be worth its energy cost. And sometimes, again, just drawing it is reason enough to not take something. Do not want to draw it. Wish and Nirvana. Having +1 strength here would be excellent. Just getting Nirvana up with these 2 cut through fates is also very good. We have no other form of scry. It's just the cut through fates. Okay. Thinking back, the Orichalcum pickup would have been kind of an anti-synergy with the Nirvana. We would have just kept proccing Nirvana, and that wouldn't have been good. Oh, man, this is a tough choice for me. We'll always wish that we had Wish upgraded going into the second act, but our ability to play a 3-cost card may be limited. I'd rather lean into the Nirvana thing going into this fight. I believe it'll allow us to... Nice. Get our don't want to draw either of these. Our other stuff off just fine. Okay. Maybe some order things there. Optimal plays only today. Fist for 34 is a lot of damage. Okay. I'm convinced. It's pretty good. Now this turn is much more interesting. So we can go into Wrath Stance here, or this ends up being 24 damage. Kind of a lot. We can't do anything to follow it up either. All right, we'll pass on the Wrath Stance for now. We have the +3 strength. So we're not, like, dependent on... on those cards. Loving the Nirvana pickup already. Be something better? Hello? We should be fine. We just need to get through to Eruption here, which we can guarantee the draw of. Got him. A block potion, chance at a vault, a spirit shield, and a blasphemy. Spirit shield works with cards like Sanctity. Kind of. Just do the vault though. Right, a small house, a coffee dripper, and a black star. I love a lot of these options. We're already on 4 energies, so the coffee dripper is much less appealing, though we do have the pantograph to go with the coffee dripper. Cards or relics like pantograph, I don't know, anything blood vial, eternal feather, you name it, anything that just heals you without having to press the rest button. Always push you towards coffee dripper. Our defense is okay. We have the upgraded Nirvana, we've got a block potion, dex potion. In some worlds, the coffee dripper works. I'm going to take the black star. Given the fact that we have the gremlin horn as well as 4 energy, many of, like, if we run into a couple gremlin leaders, if we can take 3 elites and 2 of them are gremlin leader, we're in a happy place. Take up to 4 elites this act 2. It's a spooky path. Wait, 5 elites? It's a 5 elite path. Dripper, in your opinion? Yeah. I don't know. The 5 energy is also kind of anti-Velvet Choker. I mean, we'd bump into Velvet Choker a lot of turns. Not all turns, but a lot of turns. So I think we're okay on the 4 energy with Gremlin Horn as a nice little a buffer there. This fight we want plated armor, please. Huh? See, this is 12. Okay. Maybe use Vault on a future turn. 5 elite path. I hope to crush the 5 elite path. If not entirely, because my most popular YouTube video ever now is, well, maybe ever? Actually, I haven't checked on it today. It's when I got 5 elites in the first act. It's the hot video. Everybody loves it. Already we just hit choker there. So I don't know. I feel good with the black star. We'll see what comes of it. You never know with the black star. Hey, cut through fate. A 3rd cut through fate though. I don't know about the 3rd one. Sash Whip is great going into a potential Book of Stabbing path. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the cut through fates and the scry cards with Nirvana, but I'm looking more for like a 3rd eye at this point than a 3rd cut through fate. Try out the Sash Whip. A Wallop. A Wallop and an Apotheosis. And a Melange. So we want like both of these. The other consideration is if we're ever going along this 5 elite path, we have no campfires until the very end. So if we make it through, we may end up healing. Like, most likely, Act 2 elites, we're not that strong. Like, we don't have an upgraded conclude for whatever. Try slavers. I think we end up taking quite a lot of damage on try slavers, and we don't end up doing the 5, but we'll see. I really want a wallop, though. Going against the collector? right, let's try out the Apotheosis. We don't get anything else. We could take an attack potion to help us through their first elite. Yeah, we'll roll the dice. We'll see if we just happen upon a potion from one of these fights. I kind of want that. Let's see. Ooh. Well, we've gone through both of our cut-through fates. We want Nirvana down. Let's just do Nirvana. Removing the artifact charges is nice, but... Alright, we should be through the worst of it. Except this turn is... not so hot. Oh, but it is. We get there. Pick up an energy potion. Chance at a Tranquility Plus. Still has an empty body. I don't love the empty body. It is a block card. It is a way out of Wrath Stance, though we don't have a second way into Wrath Stance. So our need to get out is reduced since we have the Empty Fist Plus. Hey, Timnos. Thank you very much. We are currently on a 4 elite path, so we may end up needing some good luck. Now let's take Tranquility. It says plus on it. That's a pretty good reason. Okay, so we have the Apotheosis. We have the potential Scry with Cut Through Fate for apparitions, but we take quite a lot of damage to actually acquire these apparitions. Pantograph for healing. I don't know. If you're going to go through a 5 elite path, apparitions is certainly one way to get you through. So much damage to take, though. And we can't really, like, we're relying on Apotheosis to upgrade them, which is... I don't know. Spooky. I'm going to try it. Not sure that I agree with it, but I'm going to try it. Do we have energy pot here? So we could energy pot into Wish for some plus strength to get us out of this fight. Otherwise, there's an off chance that the Chosen just hits us, makes us vulnerable, and then hits us for 31. We do have Vault in here. I'm gonna do this. We have no shops on this path either, so the extra gold would be nice. Would be nice much later. Ooh. Let's see, do we want to apply Crush Joints? I don't think we need the Calm Stance. Yeah, I don't think so. For that. Well, no, we want to draw this next turn, so we'll just go strike Crush Joints. Got him. Wreath of Flames, Protect. Protect is pretty good. Yeah, I'll take a single copy of Protect, sure. All right, this is it's very similar to it's very similar to the last fight where we now again wish we had this energy potion so we could get our strength down for wish, but we can't. We can do apotheosis, apparition, brush joints. Fortunately, we're not being made weak or vulnerable on turn 1. So we still have the potential to get the kill on the Backslaver. This turn. This turn is very bad. We were made both weak and vulnerable now. Okay. Guess we hang on to Tranquility. We could play it for our 6th card here, but there's no real need. Thank you for the last apparition, by the way. So we can pull Eruption here. I won't have Vault for next turn. Yeah, let's pull our Eruption, and then we want to Empty Fist first, but we have our Apparition for this turn. We'll still take 2, which is unfortunate. Again, if we had picked up the Orichalcum in the first act, we'd actually be in a better spot block-wise. Kind of unfortunate. This is 4 plus 9. Okay. Okay. The rest of this fight should be, I mean, basically done. Wait a second. We can't wish. Can we wish for gold here? I mean, kind of. We could go Tranquility plus Cut Through Fate. This goes to... No, we would still take damage. We have safety. No, we have safety. We don't have... okay, we'll go greed. Take 4 for our greed. That's a significant percentage of our HP. Oh, but we pick up a mango and a regen potion and an anchor. All right, it's all coming up Millhouse. This was the right call. We have a chance at a 3rd Cut Through Fate again. This would have been our 4th one. I want other scry cards, but this is the only one we're being offered. I kind of hate it. Okay. I was thinking about using our regen potion, but no. No. Sure. Draw Tranquility. Sanctity. No. We're close enough to a kill where we may not actually even need Tranquility. We will go big. Do we choose to take 3 here to get even more money? Just go plated armor. Well, plated armor doesn't make any sense. We could just empty fist. Vigilance. That Orichalcum's looking so good. I wish. I wish. Apotheosis Vault? Look, there's still a non-zero chance that we get the wish for money off. And that's what I'm fighting for right now. We'll let it cycle. Got like 2 turns to pull it. Right here. Okay. Ayo. You have a chance at a prostrate plus pressure points plus and a crescendo for a second way into Wrath Stance, which we need. Prefer a tantrum, but having the on-deck crescendo seems fine at this point. Having both tranquility and crescendo in the deck is kind of weird. I don't love it, but we do have the apotheosis to make them both free, so I guess that's something at least. This does 16. Ugh. Ooh, what a save on the apotheosis there. Let's go next turn. Pass? We've gone through both Sash Whip and Crush Joint, so it doesn't really matter if we play anything here. Ooh, there's our wish. What do we wish for now? I feel okay about the wish for strength. We can always pull an apparition here, so we could cut through fate, defend, apparition, take 0, and then we're really close to a kill for next turn, doing more than 50 damage. No. I have faith that we will pull 23 damage. Got him. All right, pick up a lantern, a meal ticket, block potion, and a chance at a devotion. I don't know about devotion. It would be nice for the collector fight as some burst damage, but we have Wish that can become Wish Plus for plus strength. The apparitions. Just lucky here for another scry card. I don't think so, though. Pass on this stuff. Relic an oddly smooth stone. Yeah, why not? Alright, so this is now our 3rd elite so far. And honestly, this has gone really well. There's not much more that we could have asked for here. This fight will be tricky, largely because of this. This is the 3rd or 4th fight in a row that we've got Apotheosis and Wish in our hand. we really need to get that wish down. Sure. We did pass on... what was that? Deus Ex Machina we passed on really early on. Still probably the right call to pass on it, but I'm thinking about it. Yeah. I had passed on it because we got the Velvet Choker so early on in the run that I felt the need to lean more into not miracles that could get us in some trouble. Anything other than miracle? Okay. Bad turn for Empty Fist. We do have Crescendo in hand, though. It might be worth it just for the 28 damage. Yeah, it's gotta be. And then I'm gonna be bold and go straight back into Wrath Stance. Oh, we can wish. We could wish for money. That's a strong flex on the Book of Stabbing. And do we care about taking 1 damage here? So we could strike... We have mostly just attack cards coming up. I'm gonna block. It's very rare that we don't just have a kill here. And we do. Darkstone Periapt, a Torii Power Potion, chance at Mental Fortress. It's kind of weird. Mental Fortress plus Nirvana, single Empty Fist. I don't think we're changing stances that often. We could force our way in and out of stances more, but I don't really like it. Pass on Halt too. Alright, we'll go into this combat. Hey, Mr. Shismo. All is well where you are. The fist? Nah. This is ridiculous. This cannot keep happening. I want both of these. Why? We passed on Bottled Lightning in like the first act. And I'm just... it was correct. At the time, it was correct. We didn't have anything to bottle, but just thinking about it, that's all. Thinking about it. Ooh. Yes. All right. Pick up a weak potion. There's our Mental Fortress again. Our third Mental Fortress. All right, Tri-Slavers. This is our second Tri-Slavers fight. The first one went well, largely because of the apparition draws. And again, we're not being made weak or vulnerable on turn 1, which is nice. We are taking a lot of damage, though. Wrath Stance. This is 20 plus 16. Hold on. 16. I don't know. We kill this back slaver. It goes from 23, 30 damage to 18 plus 14, 32. with an off chance to actually kill these guys. We have to play 4 cards, so the card that we draw from killing this guy will be able to be played with our Velvet Choker. The best card to draw, obviously an Apparition, which saves everything. It's either that or we do... I don't know. Either that or we do like nothing here. We may actually get there faster because we'll be able to Crescendo, Crush Joints, Consecrate. Do 16 plus half plus 8, 24? All right. 20, 44? Ooh. It's a lot better. I think that's correct. It's pretty good. Oh, we take 1 because of Tori. Oh, you'd love to see it. Yes. We are made weak, but who cares? We're doing so much damage. Just doesn't matter. Next turn or take 1? I don't think we need to take 1 with 2 turns of intangible down. There's our Apotheosis. Late to the party. Pick up an Omamori, a toy Ornithopter for more healing and a chance at a fasting and a tantrum. Yes to both. Fasting will put us at 3 energy. But if we get Apotheosis down, that's plus 4 strength, plus 4 dex, with the chance of plus 8 total strength with Wish as well. Hey, VGD. How's it? It's a decent morning so far. Well, now after, well, at noon. Yeah, it's pretty good. This is our first run of the day, and we are currently just absolutely destroying a 5 elite path in Act 2. That was our 4th elite. I think we took 1 damage that whole fight. So we're going into this one here. Currently deciding on a fasting or a tantrum. And it's tough. I want both, because if we get to plus 8 strength from fasting and wish, tantrum is just crazy good. Yeah, I'm going to do the fasting. Hard time just saying no to fasting. Sad no wrath stance. Oh, that is a very nice run. Snecko Eye and Fasting Omniscience. I love a good boss relic swap into Snecko Eye. You can kind of cheat it by... no. Well, you can use the console commands to like pull out Snecko Eye. You could do like a fake boss relic swap by doing a console command. But I do wish there were like more conditions like that where you could just choose to start with a Snecko Eye. There might be some game options where you can do that too. Don't mess with that stuff too much. But here, sadly here, I think we end up taking more damage of this fight than we do through all of those elite fights we went through. 10. That's a big number. Okay. Terrible turn. Oh, you were not supposed to hit me for 31 here, man. So we could choose to roll the dice really hard here. If we did Crescendo into Sanctity, we could draw 2 cards, or we can just Sanctity here and take a ton of damage. I think we just have to choose to take the ton of damage. If we Crescendo Sanctity into nothing, all we have to draw is like a single attack. It's too risky, but this is a tempting play for sure. Like a single strike. Anything other than like dazed cards or just defends would be good there, but not willing to roll the dice. Ouch. There's our Deus Ex Machina I was talking about. I still think we pass on the Deus Ex Machina. It's more tempting with the fasting in the deck. No, I'm going to pass on it. I don't think so. All right, Book of Stabs. We had a rough last fight. Sincerely hoping this one doesn't go that same direction. We may just want to use a potion right off the start. We have Tori in this fight as well. Maybe Colorless Pot. I value Colorless Pot the least going into the Collector. I don't mind using a Power Pot going into the Collector fight. Yeah, but Devotion or something, but... do Magnetism just for fun. Could also just do Dark Shackles to put it in the deck for when we cycle back around, which would be okay. Let's do Magnetism. It costs 0. And we have Fasting. There's a fair number of cards that we could get from Magnetism that would be good for Fasting. No. I will take 1 here. The Bomb. Not exactly what I had in mind, but guess I appreciate it. We only take 3 damage here. It's tempting to do Deceive Reality, Crush Joints. Then we have Vulnerable for next turn. And we hardly take any damage? Seems pretty good. And the 3 energy is surprisingly limited. I thought we would be better off than maybe we actually are with the 3 energy. Kind of failing to get much into play here. Choose to take 1? Take 1, keep Apparition in the deck, or no? Well, we take 1 regardless because we can't block. So do we want Safety in our hand or Apparition in the deck? I suppose Safety in the hand is better. 1 in the hand is worth something. Well, not this. on the other hand, is a lot of damage. Impatience does draw for us. Oh, it doesn't draw anything. Never mind. No, it doesn't. Wait, oh, if you have no attacks in hand, draw 2 cards. Oh, it does draw. We don't want to do that, though. Yeah, we're good. I thought Impatience was draw 2 attacks. I was thinking of a different card, though. Trip again. Ooh, we should do Impatience instead. I was like, trip? We don't even need to trip here. Let's consecrate first, and then we can Impatience. Maybe just pull through. Oh, we have the kill in hand. Nice. Okay. That was a little touch and go for a second. We pick up a bag of marbles, a Centennial puzzle, and a chance at a judgment and a worship. Interesting. These are fun cards. These are very fun cards. Give me a quick second to get a refill out of my cup. I will be right back. Continue the run. And hey, we got through the 5 elites. That's something on its own. All right, friends, sorry for the long delay there. I admittedly got distracted by my cats, and then I had a great idea that I've employed in the past. Instead of going up and getting my coffee every time, why not just bring the whole pot to me? So that's what I did. You just get my refills just to my left here. Love it. All right, so good discussion about the cards so far. I'm also a bit torn. We don't really have any reason to do smites now. The thing that I really like about Judgment in general is that it gets us through the collector fight, and I don't know, beyond that, it's not that useful. It's okay on the Bird with Arms fight. It's okay on like Reptomancer. Sometimes you get to use it on Spire Shield, and that's okay, but beyond that, it is a dead card. I like picking it up in Act 1, and if you get it in Act 1, it's amazing. But at this point, at the end of Act 2, Judgment feels maybe like an unnecessary addition. That said, I might still take it. I think I will actually end up taking the Judgment largely for this collector fight. There's a world where the collector fight goes really well, and there's a world where it's a bit more rough. By the time we get Wish and Fasting into play, and we are at this like magical plus, what did I say, 8 strength land where we get Apotheosis in play and everything, that's amazing. But we're not there yet, and we have to get to that point. So maybe Judgment helps us get to that setup point. Maybe. We're going to go ahead and upgrade the thing that upgrades the things. And keep wishing for... Well, we'll keep wishing for strength and money, but we'll wish for an early Apotheosis here, of course, to help get us through. I'm still okay with using our power pot. Apotheosis? No. See, this would be, if we play all of this, this is our Velvet Choker. I was thinking about getting our Crushed Joints down. Maybe we'll see what's in the box first. Another Fasting. Okay. Mental Fortress, we've passed on it many, many times in the past. I still don't really feel like it's a huge get for us here. But it is what it is. Okay. Okay. It's an interesting turn. We're always doing this, so let's just play that card and think. We could Wish here, take a lot of damage. Or we can just Vault for next turn, where we're maybe drawing this Judgment amongst other things. I like our next turn better than just getting Wish out here. If we just get Fasting out, maybe that's enough. It's going to be more difficult to get Wish in play after Fasting is in play, but is what it is. We can guarantee... Well, we can guarantee the Judgment draw, right? I'm close to guarantee it. Okay. So if we do Judgment here, we get back to 3 energy because of Gremlin Horn. At which point we can Fasting and Deceive Reality, perhaps. Not a great turn for this. I want to hang on to our apparitions. Did we burn them all? Never mind. I want to hang on to this apparition for when we have all the debuffs. Empty Fist, you say? Okay. We have our Empty Fist, or Tranquility, sorry, for block. We have Mental Fortress in play. Because we could Crescendo Empty Fist here just to kill this guy. Gets rid of our Crescendo. Draws something. This is 36. Be 4/5, and then we can still play Deceive Reality. Yeah, this has got to be better. Good turn. Ooh. Fasting Prismatic Shard Feed. So good I can't even say it. These are the kind of strats I'm on board for. Goes to 22. Goes to 23. We don't want to cycle here. Let's do this. So good. Oh, this is peak coffee time right now. I pulled it off the heater at like just the right temp. $39. We've got 21 plus 12. 33. Take 6 damage, or we apparition here and move on with our lives. We get another safety in hand. I think I like that. We'll judge him. Just because we can, not because it's good. Go big. I've been hitting the... Actually, I had this conversation with my girlfriend the other day. She's like, man, I'm worried that I'm drinking too much coffee now that I've been stuck inside for so long. I'm like, yeah, I kind of am too. it's creeping up a little bit. We've got the decaf tea. I had some decaf tea last night. You know, I'm trying to be cautious about the inevitable creep. We also noticed that we were having the quarantinis that we were making more and more, and I was like, well, maybe we should. Like, it wasn't bad. Don't get me wrong. We were having the quarantinis quite a lot, and we cut back just because. 2 cups maximum. Got like 3 cups sitting next to me right now. This one, and then probably 2 more refills. And I had to have coffee this morning before my classes and my meeting that I had. Dude, virtual meetings are great. I wore this like button-up thing. It's not like a fancy shirt, don't get me wrong. It's just a button-up. I didn't wear this hoodie thing. It got cold. So I wore this button-up, but it's like sweatpants. From the waist down, it's all casual. All casual. I'm thinking about establishment. Establishment works great for our single safety as well as our protect, but yeah, it's kind of like man, we should come up with a good term for that. It's like it's got to be the 2020's version of the mullet. You know, business in the front, party in the back. It's like business up top, party on the bottom, or like lazy on the bottom, something like that. If we can pull a meditate, I really want this establishment, but maybe just pass on it for now. We're at 31 cards. We do have 3 strikes still in the deck, so oh, can we go back? Huh. You don't say. Does that does that depend on the region? Ah, Brewer, very cool. Very cool. We'll just take this Neko Eye and move on. What could make this run that much better? 5 elites in Act 3? No such luck. An early shop would be nice, but can't do that either. Suppose we'll try to do maybe 3 elites. Yeah, see how that goes. It's kind of weird. We went through like all of Act 2 with just a single campfire, I believe, at the end. It was almost all combat and elites through the second act. That interaction almost feels wrong, but I'm not willing to say that it's wrong because it works to our benefit. So we played Apparition and Vault, and our intangible goes to the next turn. It just feels a little bit strange. Not sure if that's intended. Exactly. This is exactly why we take Sneko Eye, though. What a turn. Get our super cheap money. Full block. Oops. Play too many cards, but it doesn't even matter because we're on the Watcher. A Reach Heaven. It's interesting. The Through Violence, even though it doesn't cost 0 most of the time, is still good. I feel like we're lacking big attacks. We're definitely lacking big attacks. So if we want to get through the Time Eater fight or the Giant Head fight, something like a Reach Heaven could help us through there. Also, a side note, if you Apotheosis with Through Violence having been created already, it does get upgraded, so we don't need the Master Reality to make that a thing. Heineken was a good global beer. I remember when I bought Heineken, I was inspired by the TV show, The Wire, because it's like it's a very specific scene, and if you haven't seen The Wire, it's not going to make any sense. But it's like a cop rolls up and offers some on-duty cops some, I forget what he calls them exactly, but he calls them like some good Dutch brews or something to that effect. And I was like, man, this TV show hypes up Heineken. I'm going to go buy myself some Heineken, not knowing that it's like a much lower alcohol content than I would have personally preferred. We do this for through fate for seems like this. Okay. Boss one. We have no block in our hand. Interesting. I'm gonna keep the Wrath stance. Still no block. We have our turn of Intangible, and Intangible is how we're killing the Spiker here. We can't allow this to just not have any block. Okay, here's the big strats. You ready? Boom, 60 damage. Write that down. That's a good strat. That is how we kill the Giant Head. Oh, we have Wish still. Oh. How much do I care about getting that down? Probably greater than 0. All right. We are going into a single shop this act, so we're gonna plan on buying the entire thing. Let's just get rid of this. He can't keep getting away with it. A FirstDane story. Wait, what? Protect Plus with the Snecko Eye. Sometimes okay, sometimes pretty good. We're not doing the Weave because of Velvet Choker, though we did have a few components of the Scry kit. At our event. No. Looking to potentially cash in on this Omamori now that I look up. And we have very, very few opportunities to actually do that. Or take this Protect. The retained cards are almost a negative with Snecko Eye if you have too many of them. Like, we have both Tranquility and Crescendo with Snecko Eye, so we're drawing 7 cards per turn. But with Crescendo, Tranquility just hanging out with a single Protect, we're already at a full draw. So if we add in another Protect with some safeties laying around or something, that could be a net negative. It could be too much. I'm gonna pass for now. Hated Jesse Pinkman? Interesting. He's like kind of a beloved character, isn't he? He's supposed to be like the relatable one, I feel. Don't understand why. Well, I'm not going to try to make sense of it. I really don't know. I liked Breaking Bad quite a lot when I watched it. I liked the early seasons more because I was actively going through chemistry courses and stuff at the time, like organic chemistry and however much other chemistry I took. So it's kind of cool to see like organic chemistry in action, if you will. Kind of. I don't know if that's the right way to think about drug production, but it is what it is. So like when that one kind of nerdy character shows up who really worships Walter for his past work, it was kind of a cool moment for me. I liked that a lot. This card? +3? But we can only play 2 more cards, which means we'd have to judge this guy, which I suppose is fine. But yeah, I like Jesse. He's pretty okay. He's got, I don't know, like his character arc is one of the best in that he starts out being this kid that you kind of, I don't know, don't appreciate. He's just kind of the kid who dropped out of, did he drop out of high school or never went to college or whatever his story is? And then he's making drugs and he's kind of this bad guy, or selling drugs or whatever. He's selling drugs at the time. He's got his stupid extra chili pea that he puts in the trucks. You know, he's just kind of a lovable idiot. And then by the end, he's like an impassioned person who's lost someone that he loved and all this stuff. It's a cool little character arc. Walter has like, man, I love the Walter character arc. That's great storytelling in my opinion. The fact that he goes from being this like kind of sad person who missed out on a great opportunity because he had, you know, a wife and a family, so he couldn't go in big with this company that his friends had or whatever it was, the gray matter thing. Like he was the white that made up gray matter or something. I don't remember. I watched this years ago. That was all kind of cool. But by the end, he's this Heisenberg character, and you don't even know who he is anymore. Ooh, Better Call Saul. I've watched some of that show. Like I've maybe have made it through the first season before. I know that's not high praise. I've made it through the first season. But for whatever reason, I just get distracted or busy, and then I just kind of forget about it, and I don't want to rewatch the first season because I've almost made it all the way through. It's one of those shows for me that I just don't quite get through. Oh, we have 8 plated armor. What are we doing? Yeah, we're good. Okay. This turn was much easier than I made it out to be. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum. I love this song. Not sure if I love this song or if I've just heard it so many thousands of times. It's like a Stockholm Syndrome thing. We bother with Crescendo here? I think we might. So if we Crescendo, we have Vault for next turn. Can potentially put down some good damage, depending on the roll. Vault for 3. is not the good damage I was talking about. $72. We have Tranquility for 2, and then we can Protect for 1. So next turn, if we have to, safe. I would like to find lethal, though. I don't think we did. He does make terrible, dumb decisions, but that's, yeah, again, that's the endearing part of the character. You're supposed to love it, I think. It's like, I don't know, I don't remember the show well enough to really speak too much about the character, but he's good. Like, all around, he's fine. If you kind of have to think about the show, if he wasn't there making stupid decisions, then it would just be a boring show about a guy who's like, I don't know, he's trying to do they're very much the same character. If you think about Walter White and Jesse Pinkman, they're the same, but they're from different perspectives. They're both trying to do the right thing all the time, most of the time, but they kind of end up at inverse perspectives in the end. You have, in the beginning, Jesse making really stupid decisions, but still trying to do the right thing by himself and his friends, versus Walter White, who's also making terrible decisions because he's at the end of his life and he's trying to provide for his family. And then in the end, they almost inverse, where you have Walter White, who almost becomes this idiot, this evil character, who ends up doing all the wrong things for not even the right reasons anymore. Versus Jesse Pinkman, who tries to do the right things but still does the wrong things. It's a very interesting show. It's deep. It's deeper than I think I initially thought when I watched it. 20. 37. 37.58. Take a lot of damage here if we do that. Or we still do Tranquility Protect and slow roll this fight. 20? This is full block, and we're only retaining 3 if we... No, wait. We have the burns. Never mind. Do this. Okay. We'll just keep on keeping on. Currently taking 21, so we're full blocking here. We don't actually have to do much else. Don't need to play our apparition. Well, wait, this is 21, 23, 25. Yeah, we're good. We could choose to do 1 damage. Kind of pointless. I will choose to judge. Yeah, all this talk about Breaking Bad. Now I'm like, man, I should watch that again. That was a good show. Just need that one good turn. And we can turn it all around. Could be next turn. So true. If, this next turn, maybe? It's kind of, it's a weird feeling, but as I sit here, like, playing a video game, streaming. Not really doing anything all that productive. I don't have the time. I think I technically have the time, but actually doing it, actually sitting down and doing the thing feels kind of difficult. 7, take 8. Or are we apparition? Apparition. And then judge him. How do I feel about Skylar? Who was Skylar? Was Skylar the black-haired woman that dies? Is that who that is? The wife? Oh, the wife. No, the wife. I remember. Yeah. The wife. Thank you. Yeah. I think they did a bad job with the Skylar character. Like, she was put in a lot of difficult positions. Like, it's not really an anti-Skylar rant, but, you know, what would we all have done in those positions? We can't really say we would have done that much better. But I don't think they had a good character arc for Skylar, so I can't say anything really positive about the character, unfortunately. They did not do a good job of making her a likable character in the end. Because you're seeing everything from Walter's perspective. Ever get the kill next turn? Like, no block either? Oh, we take 50. We take 1 damage here. Rock Centennial Puzzle. Maybe that's worth it. Sure. Give me my Centennial Puzzle. Oh, this isn't a kill. Can maybe make... We've got Judgment coming. Oh, can we get Judgment? That's not Judgment. Not Judgment. Still works. Pick up a lizard tail, a ceramic fish. Their copy of Vault seems awesome. Thank you. But yeah, you can't really sit there and say all the nice things about Skylar that you can about the other characters. In my opinion, I think, you know, I don't know. They didn't even really try to make her likable. It's almost like they tried to make her less likable because you were seeing everything from Walter's point of view, mostly. Take a different path. I think we could absolutely survive on an extra elite. Well, oh, let's go 2 more elites. We've got the Black Star, so we'll just recall early-ish. I mean, early. We don't have that many more campfires to go through. But yeah, I don't have too much to say about Skylar, I'm realizing. Yeah, I don't have the same critiques that I do about Jesse and otherwise. This fight is awesome for 2 copies of Vault, if we can pull around to them. So if you happen to not know, the slow debuff carries over to the next turn when you play Vault, meaning you can stack it to be hundreds of % more damage. Literally hundreds. You know what? Maybe we were meant to crescendo protect there. I bet we were. All right. We admit our mistakes, say whoops, and move on. Take strength this fight. We've got 2 apparitions and 2 vaults coming around. Don't want to use my empty fist. I'm gonna be made weak here, which sucks. All right. Both of our apparitions cost 3. Man. Okay. Is what it is. And our through violence costs 3. What is this? I don't know. The concerned doge seems pretty good in this context. I really hate this turn. We take quite a lot of damage here. So if we empty fist into Tranquility, we have our apparitions coming around and stuff, but we can't get back into Wrath stance. I would be willing to use my Swift Potion here if we had more zero-cost stuff to go through, but we just don't. We could also just Crush Joints, empty fist. Need to empty fist. We could Crush Joints Eruption for less damage and then draw 3, but then we're looking for zero-cost stuff, and that seems like a pretty terrible idea. I had wanted to get our Vault through Violence off, but this also costs 3. I feel like we've had bad rolls on our through Violences. Remember from our last elite, they were mostly 2 and 3 cost. We could also just play Nirvana here and draw 3. Miss out on a nice 69 damage, though. Oh, I hate it. I guess an alternative is to, like, Tranquility Empty Fist and then draw 3. We'll have extra energy. We'll be on 4 cards, so we can still play 2 more if we draw an Apparition or a Vault. Can still get back into Wrath stance if we want to, but then we're stuck there. No, we have 3 apparitions and a vault coming around. I think we just empty fist Tranquility, take the hit. Oh, we could Tranquility empty fist Deceive Reality, actually. Some extra block for us. A lot less damage on empty fist, though. Goodbye. Sure. Careful with our Velvet Choker here. Let's hope not to draw Vault with our Cut Through Fate. We play Strike. Strike, Reach Heaven, Cut Through Fate. Probably not. We always Cut Through Fate first, since these are the same attack value. Ooh. Okay. Can do Vault for 0. So now our slow is still at the previous value from last turn. It's at 6. Now we do lots and lots of damage. One, two, three. Got him. A Blood Vial the boot. Chance at a Foresight with our Nirvana and stuff. I think we will take that. All right, this has to be our Sapphire Key. Sorry, Eternal Feather. What could have been? The old question, do you use Eruption? We kill both of these daggers with Reach Heaven and a Strike. Meaning we can Crush Joints, Eruption. We can get Nirvana down. But we have 2 Apparitions, a Vault coming around, and a Swift Potion in hand. I think we're safe enough to just go ahead and take these guys out with our Wrath Stance. Oh wait, is this enough? This goes to 9, 15. It's actually not enough. Okay. Empty Fist, Apparition. Too soon. I don't think we do that. Not guilty. Do we ever use our fasting? There's our Tranquility. I think we have to draw. We are almost certainly using Vault this turn. Sometimes we use fasting. Apotheosis 4-0. You love to see it. So we can wish for strength. Or we can fasting. No, we can't really fasting here because then we can't do our tranquility nonsense. Alright, do this. Plus this. If this cost 1, we could have taken out one of these daggers and still done Vault because of Gremlin Horn. This. Times this. 102 damage? Excuse me? Gotta be there, right? This is 39 plus 39, 78. Oh god. Some amount of damage. Yes. Got him. Pick up a pen nib, sure. Mercury Hourglass, chance at a Dex Potion, yet another Cut Through Fate. The Dex Potion over the Speed Potion, I suppose. We'll take our 704 Spire Bucks into a shop here with a Ragnarok, a Vault, a Mummified Hand, a Boat Thing. Almost complete the boat. Wow, it's too good. We have to take the third vault. I like the Ragnarok a lot with our Wish plus Fasting. A significant amount of damage. That could be the damage source that we were largely missing in this deck. Also costs 3. I think we can just buy the rug, right? 267, 277, 88. We can't. We have to make choices. I don't want to. If only we had wished for money. So we could choose not to take the vault and the strike remove. Should haggle with them. We're not... Okay, so the thing is, we have Ceramic Fish. So if we were to take Vault and Ragnarok, we get 18 more Spire bucks. It's still not enough. It doesn't get us to the break point. Plus 267? Yeah, we're not quite there. Show him a little skin? Well, Twitch released some new guidelines on appropriate clothing, which were... I like started reading them and I'm like, I have to stop. It's too much. I can't take it. But I'm safe. I'm safe. This is as deep as I'll go, guys. This is all that you thirsty guys out there get. We get the zip to here, sternum height. That's as good as it gets for me personally. I love this boat thing for both the Act 4 elites and the Heart fight. Horncleat is so good on both of those fights. I have a hard time not taking this. So if we were to do 267, 277, and 151, we can get Ragnarok, Boat Thing, Old Hand. Call it good. Or we could just pull 3 Ragnarok from Orrery. An interesting idea to take like a really late Orrery and hope that you can hope that you get this card that's sitting right here. It's true. What can I say? Ah! 1 second. I made a mess. I love the mummified hand joke. I love it. I was thinking we could just not take mummified hand. So mummified hand works with Nirvana, Fasting, and Foresight. So we have 3 cards. This third copy of Vault makes every fight from here on out, especially with the Snecko Eye, where we're drawing so many cards, that much better. So we could do that, and then we could take Orrery as well, if we wanted to dig for even more cards. We're at 34, so it may just be better to remove a strike as opposed to taking Orrery. But I like this, I like this, I love this. We're taking the boat thing for sure. Ooh, if we can cash in on this Omamori here, that's peak value. I love this. We have no curses, right? Yeah, I think strike remove's too good. And then we'll have enough cash, most likely, for the Act 4 shop to maybe just remove another strike. I got a stupid stick. I've never completed the full boat, and boy, do I want to. We're using Vault here. I just maybe want to draw with Sanctity first. Deciding if I want to burn my Tranquility early. I don't think so. No need. How about that? We get another Vault. Love this deck already. Do we fasting here? Sure. Ooh, baby. Oh, we've got a third Vault. 24 times 5, or we will have 30 times 5 damage. It's pretty good. It's not even upgraded. Or we would like Ragnarok Vault and just win next turn, which is kind of boring. All right, we'll take the boring path. Got him. He didn't even get to do anything. This is crazy. Liquid Memories. Good Liquid Memories the Ragnarok sometimes. That could be how we kill... Ooh, that could be how we kill Time Eater. Probably not, but it could be. Got Pen Nib for Ragnarok as well. Been hanging on to this Swift Potion forever. I like it. It's a strategy. Aha! We get to cash in on our Omamori charge to save 2 max HP. Ooh. What value? Okay, what do we like upgrading here? Maybe just an Apparition? We haven't been valuing the Apparitions very highly. It makes me wonder if we actually needed these at all. We did go through 5 elites in Act 2, with the help of the Apparitions, so maybe we did. This guy? Do we want to... Fasting already? Probably with... Yeah, with Ragnarok in the deck. Yeah, that event is beloved by no one, as far as I know. It's generally just kind of hated. We don't get our wish down, but we can Apotheosis to save this Apparition, which I guess is good enough. Not the best couple turns that we've had. Finally pull through to a Vault, though. This turn sucks too. So even if we Vault, we're never blocking all that damage while we're vulnerable, frail, and weak. So this is a decent Apparition. We hang on to a single copy of Vaults for our other 2 making their way around. Sure. Take 3 damage. You kind of hate to see it, right? Like, this is not is not ideal. Oh, I think you're right, actually. I think the debuffs do fall off if you vault. Yeah, that might be a thing. I think it is. Sounds very familiar. 6 cards. So because of Velvet Choker, I was thinking about doing like a Tranquility Empty Fist thing to try to vault on the 12th tick of Time Warp, but we don't ever actually get there because of the Velvet Choker. So our best play is probably a Cut Through Fate into Ragnarok Pen Nib, and then vault. Hey. Go to 8. We go to 8 or 9. We go to 9. Sure, we'll just draw that. So we could do 1, 2, 3. Ooh, maybe we throw in the Slimed card instead. So let's say we Nirvana. Take this to 11. And we vault on 12. So now we're largely on our own, and we have to find our own sources of block. Still don't have Wish out. We can block for 28, 32, take 2, and then just pass, which just kind of feels bad. Guess we're in calm stance at least. So our only real block card here is kind of Vigilance. We could Empty Fist, Vigilance. No, we can't do that because this costs 2. So maybe our best source of block is Plated Armor plus Vigilance. And hopefully this nerd just stops attacking us at some point. Only way into Wrath is a 3-cost Crescendo. Ooh, baby. Oh, and we have Vault. This is incredible. We can only play 4 cards. But we can definitely play 4 cards here, which is refreshing. And we may just get the kill next turn with the Through Violence Pen Nib, perhaps? So we are playing Vault for 2, which means we just have 1 energy. And that's... well, that's probably just the Sash Whip. Just in case next turn goes poorly. So we're doing Sash Whip, Ragnarok, Defend Vault. We'll hang on to Apparition. Just in case. This is 51 plus 38. We have Apparition for 2. So we have maybe 1 energy, which we can't do anything with. Yeah, and we don't have Pen Nib for the Through Violence. It's the only real bummer here. But we definitely use the Apparition and go for the kill. Through Violence is 38. I think we have enough damage coming around to where we don't want to Empty Fist here. Well, we won't be vulnerable next turn. Nah. I wonder if we're ever able to save our Pen Nib. Very close, aren't we? There's 108 on its own. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Perhaps should have put it at 9, but it's fine. Got our Pantograph anyway. Judge. Didn't find our way around to the Apotheosis yet. Oh, sad bird noises. Oh, I actually didn't mean to use our Velvet Choker there. Oh well, it works out. Got no apparitions coming around. But Apparition Vault is fine here. I do kind of wish that we could hang on to this Apparition since it's our upgraded one. We only have 1 more coming around, but the rest of this fight should be easy if we get our Wish and Fasting out. Pretty good. We may end up doing that. Okay, we got 3 cards left. One of them is Vault, so we can play 2 other things. Probably Foresight Ragnarok? That bird is so mad. I like this. Okay, always that. We've got our Through Violence upgraded. Fasting upgraded as well. We can do Wish, Fasting, and then a block card, and we're good. Protect. Let's go to +6 strength, though. Ooh. Well, maybe we don't. We want our Vault for next turn, maybe. Oh, is that right? Oh. I mean, it doesn't affect Intangible either. It's kind of interesting. The Vault nuances feel somewhat unique. I think this is fine. Oh, we want both Crush Joints and Vault this turn. We're actually really close to just popping him over to the next phase. So if we Crush Joints, Sash Whip, and through Violence, we can still Tranquility if we have to. It's gotta be there though, right? This is 76 damage on its own. Like 130 some, 160 some, 90 some, 200 and some. What happens if you blasphemy and vault? But wait, I thought the buffs and debuffs didn't increment. Hold on. I don't have to do math here. Plus 6 plus 15, 18 plus 204? We're off by 8. Ugh. We're off by 8 damage here on the kill. So if we were to Crush Joints through Violence, Sash Whip, we do... I just closed it. It's like 204 damage. Very close to the kill. I choose to just do damage. Okay, there's our apparition I was hoping to have for next turn, and all 3 of our cut-through fates at the bottom of the deck, also as planned. Very good. We could just Ragnarok here. Maybe we Eruption Ragnarok to set up for a Pen Nib next turn. We don't really have anything good to Pen Nib, though. The fact that Gremlin Horn procs there is always super confusing. It's one of those things that doesn't really make sense to me. We are free to Nirvana. Nirvana for 1. I have a fair amount of just block cards here with a 0-cost Defend for 13, a Protect for 21. Yeah, you're not welcome at the coffee club, the morning coffee club, if you don't actually have coffee. It's right in the name. I'm almost out, which is a good thing because it's going on 1:30 here and I shouldn't still be drinking coffee. Ooh. So here we go to 44. We take 1. Or we take 0. Taking 0 seems pretty good. Die, you stupid bird. Oh, check it out. Judge. Grr. Don't judge me. The bird hates to be judged. Oh, really? Yeah, that fight's all weird. with the phasing and stuff. I don't... Honestly, all the different nuances there, not entirely sure. All right. Last card pickup here. We can just remove a strike, which is very good on its own. Could also do something like a third eye with our Nirvana. It's okay. It's nice to have another block card in the deck. We haven't done a good job of actually adding a lot of block cards because we have these apparitions. We haven't needed them. Also, Tantrum for another way into Wrath Stance might be completely necessary for the Heart fight. If Eruption happens to be on the bottom of the deck, we draw all our apparitions first. We're just not taking any damage, but we're not doing any damage either, so Tantrum becomes really important in that instance. So we could do both Tantrum and Third Eye. Secret play number 3 or 4, I don't know what we're on right now. Cultist Potion for some strength scaling on the Heart fight. Could also just get us through with the Ragnarok and Vaults and stuff. I think I like Tantrum Third Eye, though. Go to 37 cards. 37 cards is really scary. The deck becomes so inefficient. It doesn't do any one thing particularly well, but it does a lot of stuff pretty good. Thank you, Boot. Blessings upon thine boot. We're always doing Empty Fist for 1. Guess we could cut through Fate? Here. Give me that Defend for 0. Wait. Our Centennial Puzzle for turn 2 here, and we also have our boat thingy going. Oh, you love to see it. Did not pull an apparition, though, which is kind of tragic. You have no card draw here either. E 4, 5, 6. We have to do our liquid memories here to save a lot of HP. We do have Pantograph going into the Heart fight, so taking damage here isn't like the worst thing ever, but we can avoid quite a lot here if we use our liquid memories. So we strike, takes them exactly to 40. Liquid memories back the Judgment, kill the Spire Spear, then we turn and use Vigilance as our 6th card for Velvet Choker. Yeah. Seems correct. Energy? Right here. Where'd your HP go, dude? Did not set up Pen Nib really at all there, so it's kind of a feels bad, man. But the regen potion is nice. I guess we have Toy Ornithopter, so the value on this potion is quite high. If we end up taking a bad turn, there is a chance that we just die on turn 2 on the Heart, but we'll see. Bottled Flame for an attack. Probably not. There's very few attacks that we'll always want in our opening hand against the heart. We saw Bottled Lightning for Apotheosis in Act 1, so there was never any chance of that. Yeah, we'll not take Bottled Flame. Stuff is also very passable. Fear No Evil for another chance to go into Calm Stance doesn't seem necessary. Hard pass on all that stuff. Hey, nice. So we've got Apotheosis here to save this Apparition for some time in the future. Though we do wish we had Apparition for next turn. We've got Lizard Tail. I actually forgot we had Lizard Tail. So we're always doing this. Probably always doing Foresight as well. We've got the Foresight Nirvana Dream combo here. Always this. Okay. Sadly, we never have our pen nib in time for either Tantrum or Ragnarok, but I would like to throw Tantrum into our draw pile. I guess the real question here is if... I don't think we do this, but we do have the option to do Tranquility into Tantrum, and that allows us to play both Tantrum and Apparition this turn. Otherwise, we don't have enough energy ever. Oh, we can just do that, I suppose. Oh, Toy Ornithopter. Maybe that was not optimal. Oh well. But if we do that, our only other way into Calm is Vigilance, which we're not guaranteed to draw next turn. We do have 2 Vaults and an Apparition coming in for next turn. We have Eruption and Crescendo, so we can get into Wrath Stance. And we have Foresight in play. It's pretty rare that we can't get out of Wrath. Next turn. And sometimes we just draw our other Apparition and we stay in Wrath and do an obscene amount of damage. And we can draw with Centennial Puzzle too next turn. We have so much draw. Alright, I'm willing to say there's almost no world at all where we're stuck in Wrath Stance or can't just draw through to our Apparition next turn. Let's just see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards to play this turn. Maybe we'll throw in Protect instead of the Cut Through Fate. Oh, that's right. Never mind, Centennial Puzzle will pull this turn. Now I am scared. Mistakes, maybe. "17 cards, we see 4 of them, we draw 7. The probability of Apparition and 2 Vaults and Empty Fist all being at the bottom of the deck, I'm still willing to say we're fine. We could play 3 more cards here. Fasting is a yes. Probably want to play Protect. And maybe Ragnarok. I would like to get the Crushed Joints down for next turn. Okay, so it's always this, though. We could also choose to take the 15 here, because Regen Pod is going to give us 5 immediately and 5 right after that. So we're only really taking 5 damage from the multi-attack here. And when has 5 HP ever mattered? Crushed Joints isn't even activated anyway, so we would have to have changed the order there. So maybe that's just a misplay I should have thought of before. Okay. Take some damage here. Really some. Alright, we get our Apparition for 1, but we drew the Void as well. So we can't actually do that much this turn. But the good news is we have Tantrum and 2 Vaults coming around next turn. Well, we don't want both Vaults next turn, but we'll be able to stay in Wrath Stance for a while. We don't get our Strength out, though. Dun, dun, dun. Order? Maybe Order? Yeah, let's... What else are we drawing? Tantrum, a Burn, a Slimed card, unfortunately. Let's cycle the deck. This is also terrible. So again, we need both Tantrum and Vault to be played this turn, but we just can't do it. We could Vault and just go next turn. We're again relying on... Well, no, we're not relying on Apparition yet. Losing Tantrum is kind of a big deal. That's a lot of damage this turn, too. Ooh, Lizardtail to Wish for Strength. That's an interesting idea I hadn't considered. Yeah, I'm gonna go next turn. You have another copy of Vault. You love to see it. I would like some strength, please. So if we Vault again... Yeah, we have some decent attacks coming around. With the Vulnerable down, we have nothing else to do for this turn. We did pull through Vigilance. So we will have to cycle the deck kind of hard to get out of Wrath Stance for a next turn. We do have Lizard Tail, as was pointed out. This turn does not spark joy. This is a lot of damage, though. We're almost at the damage cap. It kind of sucks that Ragnarok was pulled here because it does so much, but we can only do 124 damage this turn anyway. It feels like a waste. I guess an alternative, if we were to think about it, would be to use our Cut Through Fate. Just scry a bit. We need to pull around to Apparition or some way out of Wrath Stance maybe next turn. Big attack? Not big attack. Interesting. Help? Yes, I would like to get out of Wrath Stance, please. Okay, just not Apparition for 3. Okay. Ooh, that's a big Ragnarok. Bum, bum. So we just kind of hit the damage cap and let Lizard Tail bring us back. So we could actually save the Lizard Tail if we wanted to. Sure. Let's just do it for fun. I would love to judge the heart. I don't know if I've ever judged the heart before. Oh man, to just win? Judged the heart last night. Our scry isn't even that good. We just pull through a single Sash Whip. We'll go for it. We'll go big. We cannot go big anymore. Okay, we didn't. I tried to pull the judgment there. G. Cut for judge. It was a kill. The heart. It was dead. Stop. It's already dead. Ugh. That was a good one. My Watcher runs always take so long. I don't feel quite as comfortable on the Watcher yet, but it's not so bad because she's such an easy character. The Jote coffee. I must not have had enough coffee yet today. Let me refill this cup here. Oh man, I always hit the wrong button there. Not much to say about that run. I'm happy we picked up the Apotheosis. We picked this up at one of our earlier shops. The boss relic swap into Velvet Choker into Black Star made this so easy. The apparitions were a huge part of that too. We were at like 50 some, mid 50 HP when we took the apparitions. And I thought pretty hard about that, but Black Star into 5 elites, Act 2, 10 relics from Act 2 alone was awesome. We got a few duds in there in the Darkstone Periapts. Omamori ended up not doing much for us at all. But otherwise, we were good. Snecko Eye. Blessed be thy Snecko Eye. So good.